So, my aim here is to walk you through my current pain points, mostly regarding my business, but of course, you are the whole being, both in personal and business realms, so it's everything, it's very interconnected. But here is my journal. And what I wrote in this morning session is how I'm contemplating about what is actually my bottleneck in the business and why I'm not creating that much of content, what is going on, what is the actual bottleneck in the business processes, and some of my internal beliefs and stories that I wanted to revisit. So, number one is it might be familiar to you if you're on a similar journey, so keep paying attention if you want. So, one of my current limiting beliefs is that I haven't collected big enough story to share. Part of my story is that I quit my job at the end of 2024 and then was pretty free in 2025, doing whatever I wanted to do, building my own side projects, applying for jobs, having a lot of free time actually, and living how I wanted to live in a way, even though I was broke, but still I have plenty of time. But there is this internal belief that I still haven't done big enough leap, like a leap of faith, big jump, big risk to be worth documenting and sharing. Like essentially it's like a self-worth, like internal worth issue that I want to overcome, which is probably due to comparing myself also to other creators online. Am I looking in the right direction? Yes, here's the camera. And of course, they done so many things, and I did also multiple different things, not so focused all the time, trying out different shit, and thinking because of that I haven't done a lot or made enough big enough leap to share. Maybe there is a part of me that actually like wants me to take bigger risk, and that's why it's vocal in that way. But still, I believe that that's not true. My own journey is my own journey, and it's completely different to everyone else. It can have similarities, but everyone has its unique journey. Yeah. So I want to nurture this journey and nurture what I'm about to share with you, and this documenting process is something that I want to nurture and take baby step with, and not overwhelm myself with. The another thing that I shared and wrote here is that one guy that I recently discovered, he said in the first 10 days of his coaching business, I think, he earned 7.5K because he leveraged the whole diversity of his skill set and offered to people, to the community he was part of. And yeah, there was a bunch of different skills and offers. And I'm thinking myself, okay, which is good, I can also offer some other parts of my own self that I can. It doesn't need to be only. Currently, I'm trying to monetize the app and building and finally release it. I'm kind of stuck, and I see it as a one clear outlet of me getting it and earning it. But it doesn't need to be, especially if then I'm still in the early stages. It can be I can help myself with different skill set that I have. Like I have been like a dating coach. I have a lot of work on myself, inner work, gone through different relationship experiences and grown a lot. Done a lot of inner work in general, like a lot of work on limiting beliefs, and on stepping into my higher self, which is my app all about essentially. And I kind of know my purpose. So yeah, I know how can I leverage much more than just, okay, I'm just building the app. But very important to be more practical in this video, I want to tell you what are my two, I just literally ask myself, what are my one or two biggest bottlenecks that I'm feeling? And one of them was not knowing / overthinking about how to compose my own storytelling for short form reels on Instagram. And at the same time, there is a conflict because I also would like to share more of these like longer form on YouTube and share and nurture my journey like a baby. That's what I wrote. But essentially, I noticed a lack of skill set in terms of how to edit those short form videos, firstly, and also to compose my own story, which is kind of connected to what I previously shared, because I'm also stuck there. I feel stuckness because there's this limiting belief that my story isn't big enough, that I haven't made a big enough leap of faith. That's why I block myself and kind of sabotage myself and just rather do nothing and be paralyzed, which is not very useful and not very good to be in. One of these issues can be fixed by improving my skill of editing and learning that finally. At the same time, while I'm saying that, there is limiting belief, inner voice that tells me, yes, but you should be focusing on releasing your app, building your app, and promoting your app. That's your kind of main meat that you're going to share anyways, which is true. Yeah, that is my main project, my envisioned plan to monetizing my business, like main and kind of the only one which I like. I like the simple approach where I can be focused solely on one direction of earning the income and putting all my energy there. So it's kind of that inner voice that I'm feeling is reasonable. But at the same time, my artistic self wants to express and document. Why not to put 1 hour extra and document that as well, along with the whole building process, right? Let me get that bit closer, a bit and more intimate with you, because I think this is very intimate for me sharing it with you, and I appreciate that you are listening and following this. But if I can inspire you as well, if you are in the similar boat, similar stage, I would be more than happy for that, because I think that's why we share. Essentially, that's why I want to share. I want to inspire. I want people to know that they are not alone, even though I kind of don't know much people that are working. I know communities online and that, but with a similar story and kind of business type that are sharing online, I haven't seen much of like app builders sharing their journey and that. So definitely if someone resonates, I will be more than happy. Also, like connected to what I previously shared about not me, there is a limiting belief on not believing that there isn't big enough story that I can share. Also, that translates not having like a big enough impact. That story not yet having big enough impact, kind of. And also, I quit my job, but then I got back again to the employment, which is kind of, maybe I didn't take it fully. It wasn't like a full risk. It was just, okay, taking a big leap, but then escaping back to the comfort. That there is a part of me that believes that, even though it doesn't really make sense, because I realized that, yeah, I want to sustain myself much. I want to create more sustainable way of me building this. And with that, having like a job, having an income can actually would be very necessary at my stage, at least how I saw it and how I prefer it, and how I saw similar people on similar journey doing similar things. So yeah, that's why I opted for it. Honestly, I would more appreciate myself that I can immediately take it like full entrepreneurship, full time, and but that's not current reality. So I need to earn income to sustain everything, my life, and I mean invest also in skill sets and more knowledge. Of course, for the app development, you don't need much money, but still, yeah, I want to now do second iteration of my whole journey, which will be much wiser. And of course, in much better environment, I really resonate with this environment that I'm in Spain. So yeah, kind of I feel that I upgraded and stepped up my game and got closer to the dream life that I always wanted to live. I hope I haven't lost you in this opening. It probably could have been a bit much conciser, but probably it was a bit all over the place with so many of these bullet points. But that's how I share when I share the internal parts. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to film my content, short form, long form. I definitely prefer also long form because I can just speak like this, and it pretty much don't need to invest time into editing. But at the same time, I want to make variety of the content to be more interesting to you, of course, and to me as well to create it. If it's just like kind of very similar all the time, kind of it probably wouldn't I wouldn't enjoy it much. So I'm trying to strike that right balance. What inspires me the most, so I can create like environment, conditions, like a topic as well, and to just share that. For example, currently I really feel very open and very loose to share and kind of not pressured and very authentic to my true self. But still, yeah, I think short form has its own place. The short form that I filmed pretty much the half last year, it was good to make reps and to make progress and to gain consistency. I realized much longer time ago that I don't really enjoy it. So I'm kind of exploring this cinematic, also creating of the content. I'm not going to say much because I need to act more instead of speaking more. But yeah, that's my message, my share with you for this video. Probably this I'm going to upload to YouTube. I hope you can be inspired if you stumble upon this video. You can feel inspired that something touched inside of you, that my message touched you. If you want to connect with my earlier videos of my journey, I don't have much videos on YouTube, but I do have. You can go on Shorts, YouTube Shorts. I have some of my journeys there, but my fuller journey is on my older account on Instagram, which I can link in down below in this video. And also I have my private Instagram, which I converted to my total all-in-all account, which has less videos than the older Instagram account, but that's where I'm posting the new content on Instagram. So yeah, see you in the next video.